More than 8 months of studying, planning, preparing, and hard work to successfully execute today one of the most important, challenging, and unique engineering and archaeological projects. The transportation of Khufu's first boat from Giza Plateau to the Grand Egyptian Museum, aiming to preserve the biggest, oldest, and most valuable organic monument wooden-made in human history. The 4,600-year-old Khufu's first boat, known in media as the Solar Boat, was discovered in May 26, 1954 during an archaeological mission while brushing the sand of the southern side of the Great Pyramid of King Khufu in Giza Plateau. Khufu's first boat was on display in a museum bearing its name, built on the location where it was originally discovered at the southern side of the Great Pyramid. This museum, over decades, marred the aesthetic scenery of the Great Pyramid, the only surviving wonder of the ancient world. It was also not equipped with technological equipment to house and display this magnificent artifact. The decision to transport the boat was taken. Many ideas were suggested and studies proposed to transport Khufu's first boat from its place at Giza Plateau, but there was only one conclusion, that its move is more dangerous than keeping it in its current location, because all the ideas were focused on dismantling, moving, and reassembling the boat in its new location at the Grand Egyptian Museum. This was considered almost impossible engineering-wise, until generating the idea of transporting the boat, which is 42 meters long and weighs 20 tons, as one piece, just like the transportation of King Ramses II Colossus from Ramses Square to the Grand Egyptian Museum. After the approval of the Permanent Committee of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, in accordance with the Antiquities Protection Law, preparation for the transportation of Khufu's first boat began. Archaeological and engineering committees, in collaboration with local and international scientific institutions, took more than 8 months to prepare the boat for its final departure. Protecting the boat and not exposing it to any risk during the transportation process was on top priority. In August 2020, the boat's old museum in Giza Plateau was closed. The new building at the Grand Egyptian Museum is currently being equipped with the latest scientific and technological exhibition techniques, in addition to high-tech monitoring and measurement devices to preserve this important and unique organic monument. Before the transportation process, a radar survey was conducted for the rocky ground under the old boat museum at Giza Plateau, as well as the passageways and the roads on the eastern side, to ensure its ability to withstand the weights and metal tensioners established on site for the transportation. A team of skilled restorers from the Conservation Center of the Grand Egyptian Museum and the Supreme Council of Antiquities made a laser scan survey on the boat for documentation and professionally and carefully packed it for transportation. In parallel, a metal cage was designed and manufactured to surround the boat to transport it as one piece. Metal anchors and scaffolding were installed outside and inside the old museum building for consolidation. The process of moving the boat out from its old location was challenging, but the committee from the Grand Egyptian Museum and their colleagues from the Supreme of maneuvering the curves and spins, as well as absorbing any vibration. The smart vehicles have successfully proven their ability to execute the task assigned to it during many simulations of the great ancestors.